Welcome to another episode of Strangers in the Alps, a movie podcast where we discuss movies, shockingly enough. All genres, not really.
All the movies Dan.
In a really in-depth, kind of, and sort of rambling, fun romp.
The energy this week.
I think romp
the
is the word.
The energy this week is amazing.
Where's your mic, Travis?
We're rocking this energy.
I know Dan's like holding us all together. Everyone's all spaced out. Dad's like, hello, everyone.
My name is Wilson.
My name is Dan.
My
And
name
you're
is
Davis.
Reese. Oh,
Oh, you're Reese. I love Reese.
Reese.
Is that
Reese.
like Ruiz?
Like
Yeah.
like R-E-C-E, Reese?
It's gonna be one of those days.
Are you?
But-
It's gonna be one of those
So it's
podcasts.
Reese.
Reese, but how
It's
he says
Reese,
it, yeah.
not Ruiz.
No,
it's
it's
Reese.
Reese.
Okay, and your name? We all have new names. I'm Wilson.
He's a volleyball.
I didn't know that I was gonna have to make a name.
You're George.
Yeah, sure.
You're
let's go with
Buck.
You're
Buck
Buck.
naked.
Oh. I thought you were going to go with the Kill Bill
And we are
line.
so
that. I thought you were gonna go with
Right?
The best is the
happy
TV edit.
to be here. Yes. Let's get into it. Let's just dive in head first. Do you have at your
No.
disposal,
Leisure.
within your grasp, the back
Firmly
of the
grasp it.
VHS
You want to
tape?
know something
In
even
your
more?
By the way,
hand.
I think these were VHS at this point.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely.
Or beta, depending on
Or maybe
Well,
I'm sure there's a laser disc.
what you had.
VHS
I'm sure there's a
I think
laser
there was a
disc.
laser disc of this.
What did you
I'm
have,
sure.
Dan?
I had beta
Mm.
because I thought I was cool till I found out that nobody was doing beta.
Oh, it was on Laserdisc too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
So when was VHS? Well, it had to be after, right?
Well, this was 81, so yeah, we're right in the beginning
The
prime
beginnings of VHS.
Yeah.
of
VHS
VHS,
was 76.
and beta and
oh,
all
wow,
that.
Really? Okay.
Which is why
I had a big, heavy boat anchor beta machine,
Boat
like the
anchor.
size
Oh,
of this
wow.
dining room table, and then you'd shove your beta in and drop it in.
that's what they called it back then.
They called it shove it in.
Anyways,
Read the back.
Back
the
of
beta.
the VH tape.
The beta.
VHS tape.
David.
We
Oh.
watched See You Next Tuesday, right?
Yes.
We did.
Dan.
David and Jack, two American college students, are backpacking through Britain when a large wolf attacks them. David survives with a bite, but Jack is brutally killed. As David heals in the hospital, he's plagued by violent nightmares of his mutilated friend, who warns David that he is becoming a werewolf. When David discovers the horrible truth, he contemplates committing suicide before the next full moon causes him to transform from man to murderous beast.
That's the whole movie.
That's a great
That
explanation.
is a very, very well done explanation.
Thank you.
And we're done.
I wrote it
I
myself.
think we can probably
Wrap up.
leave it at that and do final thoughts.
So
Sam,
I thought.
what was your favorite? Sam, can
I
you
would
go?
love to
What?
start with Travis's pre-thoughts.
I don't have any for
A
this
movie called American Werewolf in London, directed by John Landis, who we will talk about, starring David Naughton, who we will also talk about, and Griffin Dunne, who we should also talk a tiny bit about. Travis, pre-thoughts?
I have zero
Why?
because I saw this movie when I was a kid, so I just remember this movie as far back as I was when I was watching movies. This was one of them.
Gotcha.
So.
Sam?
I think this was a COVID watch for me.
Oh,
I've always wanted to watch it.
interesting.
So
And did you have any thoughts about it before you saw it? Like, did you know anything about it? Like,
I
I've heard
knew it
it's
was a
blah, blah.
werewolf thing, and
they'd been on the maze.
we had been on the maze at Universal Horror Nights. And
Oh, I didn't know it was one.
Yeah, and then because the big attraction was because they had transformation at the end of the maze. That was really cool.
Yeah.
That made me want to watch it even more. That was it.
I think then my pre-thoughts were I'd ask people at school, have you ever heard of this movie? And all the kids would be like, no, what is that? I'd be like, no.
Right.
You're like, damn, you're stupid.
No.
These
Right.
kids are stupid.
Stupid.
All the kids just wanted to play with Nintendo.
What about you? What about you, Frank?
This is the first time I've seen it.
Really?
What had you heard or known about it?
I'd always heard that the transformation is a really good sequence, and I'd seen it recently, like a couple of months ago.
The transformation.
Yeah, to see what it looked like before, I knew that we were going to do this movie. But I was just never... By the time I learned about the movie, I'd known about John Landis and all that stuff. And I was kind of like, I'll see it eventually. Like, I vividly remember my parents renting an American Werewolf in Paris as a kid.
Never saw it. I have no interest in seeing it. I've just heard it's just
They do
not good.
werewolf pee.
That's not John Landis, right?
No.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Well, I will give you a long and exhausting background on pre-thoughts. I don't remember my pre-thoughts. My connection to this movie, a really good friend of mine, probably it was my best friend in college, R.I.P., and we saw tons of movies together. We saw Night of the Living Dead. Oh my gosh, this is not starting out well.
It's okay.
Night
No,
of the...
we reviewed this movie.
The Fly.
No,
Birth of a Nation.
no. Okay, stop. Where the pods?
Triumph of the Will.
They get transferred into pods. They become
Invasion of the Body
Aliens.
Snatchers.
Invasion.
Oh.
Invasion
We
of the
saw
Body
Alien.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers together. We saw tons of movies together, and this is one that we saw together. And I remember really, it's interesting, really being taken by this movie in '81 when it came out. And the main reason, outside the transformation, which was so cool because I'd never seen anything like that before. I don't think they'd ever done that before. And you notice Frank Oz is in the credits, so I assume he had something to do with that.
Who was that?
Frank Oz, he did like Little Shop of Horrors and
Okay.
Sesame Street, right? I think
He
was
does the
tied-
Muppets.
Star Wars.
He was tied to the Muppets. Anyway, but the thing that I really took away from that movie, and has held with me all this time, was I'd never seen a movie that was a horror movie, but also a comedy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure somebody had done it before then, but I'd never seen one. And when I just remember going, God, this is great. I mean, I'm laughing, and at the same time, it's really kind of gross. And the first time I saw it, I was actually found it scary because I didn't really know where we were going and what was going to happen. So I was just always in anticipation. So we saw the movie together, and then I took Joni to see it. Now, Joni doesn't like movies like this, and she said, no, I don't want to see it. It sounds scary. I said, no, it's really fun. It's got a lot of comedy in it. You've never seen a movie like this.
And then they strayed off the path.
Right. Because she'd like seen Alien and didn't sleep for a week. I mean, she does not react well to movies that are scary. But I said, no, honey, I promise you, there's so much humor in it. I think you're going to really enjoy it. So we went to see it, and I mean, look, we'd only been dating for maybe a year. And yeah, she had a really negative reaction to it. She did think it was funny, but she was also really, really scared by it. But that's not the bad part. The bad part is
That was funny. That was hilarious.
Yeah, as we were walking back to my apartment, because I lived like 2 blocks from the theater, I decided it'd be really funny to do things like this. What's that in the bushes?
Oh, no.
What's going over there? Wait,
Where's the
that's
path?
That's not funny. Where are we? What's going on? She got so freaking pissed off at me. It wasn't fun at all. By the time we got back to my place,
Silent treatment?
it was a lonely night. I've never been closer to someone and yet so far apart at the same time. If you ask Joni about it, I promise you she remembers that. Promise
We
you.
will ask her after.
Anyway, that was my, I don't know about initial thoughts. That's my,
That's a fun thought.
yeah, that's my
Those are your thoughts.
history with the movie. And I saw it probably twice in the theater. I did see it twice in the theater. Then I probably saw it another couple of times on VHS. Have not seen it in over 30 years.
Up
So
until
watching it yesterday was the first time I'd seen it in, I'm saying it, at least 30 years.
Were you
Maybe more.
excited
fresh eyes.
to like?
I was ready to watch it again, and I'll talk about that as we go.
this
I think you should now.
I could.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, do it.
Sam. So what happened in the beginning of this movie? You're gonna go through the beats.
Absolutely. In the beginning of the movie, they were on a journey.
Oh, wow.
Where were they going?
They went to a bar.
What was the name of the bar?
Don't freaking know.
The Slaughtered Lamb.
Yeah.
It's a slaughtered
It's
lamb.
such a great name.
Speaking of not great, do you know what the tagline for this movie was?
Yeah, I remember you
It's
telling me
horrible.
once, and I thought it was really funny.
John Landis, the director of Animal House, brings you a different kind of animal.
That's great.
That's hilarious.
I think that's probably what intrigued me the most about going to see it when it first came out. This is the guy that did Animal House, which at that time was like my favorite comedy ever. So I thought, well, this guy's is making a horror movie. Can't wait to see this.
I have a question. It's a genuine question. Like back in the day, did they have trailers during like TV shows and stuff, like during
Like
commercials?
TV
TV
spots?
spots?
Yeah.
Not so
So
much.
how did you find out?
It was in movie theaters.
And that's like one time. So if you don't watch movies often, you just won't really know what's coming out.
I'm sure there were billboards and
There are billboards and
newspapers.
things.
Newspapers?
But the
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
is, I went to movies all the time back then because you couldn't see movies any other way. There was no streaming.
Yeah.
And even then, I mean, there was barely video happening.
Yeah,
really.
it was
Well,
like
and
just
You
kinda
really
show.
had to go to the movies. So I mean, I went to the movies at least once or twice a week.
And that's why too, like when you watch like the Rocky movies or like some movies where it's a sequel, like the first like 5 or 10 minutes of the movie kind of reminds you of the ending of the last movie, because it's like something that's like you probably haven't seen that movie since. I mean, and I think movies were in theaters for like months.
Oh yeah,
Years.
And the other thing is, yes, that's true. Because I'll tell you in a second. The other thing is you. I've lost my train of thought because I thought about the other thing I was going to say. Star Wars was at the Academy Theater in Pasadena for 2 years.
Holy crap.
2 years it ran in that theater. It was a big
Non-stop.
single screen theater.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I know what to say. You reviews.
Mm.
We leaned heavily on L.A. Times and Time magazine and
Yeah.
Variety and Hollywood Reporter. We would read movie reviews. So I remember when movies like this would come out and you'd read about it, go, oh, this sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this sounds cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I still remember like Roger Ebert had a show.
Oh yeah,
It
Ebert and
was-
Siskel.
Yeah, I remember that. And then that's
Yeah,
all.
that was. They would sit.
Mhm.
There was another couple of guys. There were 2 or 3 of those shows on, and they would just review movies, and we would all watch those shows
Yeah.
because they would kind of help us
Decide.
Decide
And now it's a
where we
little
were
spread
going.
out. Did you
Well, now
see,
Rotten Tomatoes and all that stuff.
Did you see what Roger Ebert gave the movie?
No, I didn't. What did he
He
say?
gave it 2 stars.
2 out of 5.
Yeah, 2 out of 4. And he said, An American Werewolf in London seems curiously unfinished, as if director John Landis spent all his energy on spectacular set pieces and then didn't want to bother with things like transitions, character development, or an ending.
Wow.
Wow.
I thought
I
it
would
ended well.
I would agree with character development. I don't know that we really
It's
had any
barely
character
there,
development. I think
but-
the big thing is just kind of what happens with his friend. That sort
Yeah.
of seems to be the
Exactly.
journey, which is another thing I think that really stuck with me with that movie was I'd never seen anything like that before. Like the way they were telling the werewolf lore in this movie, I thought was really clever because I'd never seen like that when I saw it the first time. All of a sudden, his friend shows up. I guess we can talk. We'll talk. You already gave that away anyway in the VHS. You know, shows up dead and is kind of talking him through.
And all his victims
And I thought that was so. Oh, the scene in the
in the movie theater.
porno house is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I love the young couple. Hi.
So much of the dream stuff took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting it.
Oh, like the eyes.
No, well, just the fact that it like went on as long as it did. I didn't think
And
it was
so
going to be
many times.
I didn't think it was going to be like a thing that the movie did. I thought it was maybe like a
One and done.
one and done. But then when it kept on going, I was like, oh, this is the movie.
And I forgot about how many times they did that
And-
until
Yeah.
I watched it yesterday and went, wow, they're really leaning heavily on his dreams, his
Yeah.
nightmares
Joni.
to get us there.
Dan was telling us about how when you freaked him out after American Werewolf in London because you kept making werewolf noises on the way back.
Do you remember that, honey? When we were walking back to my apartment? You were mad at me.
She'll never forget.
I
Man.
think, I think she still is.
Dan
She
said,
still
Dan
hasn't
said you can
forgotten.
ask Joni and she'll tell you about it.
Oh, she remembers. Yeah, I'd forgotten that.
I even like to, speaking up with the dreams, like, I think, what's going on?
No, I'd forgotten about I was going to say something, but go ahead.
Even the scenes, too, where, like, where he just, like, wakes up and, like, in the zoo. just
I
ran.
love waking up in the zoo with the
that, like,
wolves.
yeah,
I
he's
thought
just
that
there.
was really clever.
I was surprised they showed like full on nudity.
Yeah.
Well, his leg was covering his.
No, you see it.
You saw his dingaling?
Yeah.
Really?
When
You
he was
saw his
climbing up.
werewolves.
I didn't see it.
I,
Maybe I
I-
just squinted and looked away.
Mm.
Oh my God, no!
I guess I gotta.
You
rewatch
can
the
zoom in
movie.
on Sam's
Yeah.
TV.
She has a zoom in.
Zoom in, enhance.
Enhance.
Perfect timing.
That's what the TV does. She was zooming in.
Yeah, that, and I didn't know it was a comedy going in. So
You know,
I mean, I knew
same.
John Landis was a comedy director, or that's what he was known for.
Right.
But I thought this was going to be like a full serious turn. So the first time, like, I thought I was just getting some humor out of the movie. I didn't think it was trying to be funny.
Oh, you thought it was like, unironically? No,
not
ironic.
that. But
yeah.
you know how like you can watch an action movie and it'll have like a joke or two, but it's not a comedy. I thought it was just having a
moment of
laughter.
Just putting
Comedy.
some humor in it.
Yeah.
Just kind of
Just some
relieve
relief.
the tension.
Some
Yeah,
relief.
instead of
No.
being a comedy.
It's really. Yes.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't like clashing either. It kind of meshed well.
It just,
Yeah, I
like,
thought
well,
it-
I think because
Well, he wrote the script, so I think he kind of understood how he wanted it to be,
and I think Dan-
melded together, the comedy and the drama. Well, the
Yeah.
comedy and the horror I had no issues with. I think when it later in the movie it kind of takes a more serious turn, more
With the
emotional turn,
Mhm.
Mhm.
I think there it gets a little tricky in terms of
yeah.
the comedy aspect. Not
But-
in terms of whether that should have happened or not.
I feel like it drops a lot of the comedy aspect in the third act.
It
though.
does.
But
It absolutely
but
does.
but there is still the theater scene.
And I think that theater scene is there for that very reason,
Yeah.
is to kind of bring us back into, okay, we're not totally going to lose the comedy. Let's talk about the, whatever, we'll get to the theater scene.
I thought it was really funny.
Oh, so,
We'll
the
talk,
whole
we'll
porn movie. Which
But
I
the
wonder-
guy-
do you
the
think that was
guy-
a real porn movie, or do you think
No,
they
it's
just,
not,
they
actually.
shot
like the guy,
that?
didn't he have like a chain? Like,
When he, I love when he comes in and they have the argument, and then the guy leaves.
He's like, "Oh, sorry." Like
yeah.
the plot of that movie makes no sense.
that is hilarious, though. Well, it's kind of a joke on porn
Yeah,
movies.
well,
like,
yeah.
they don't care about the plot.
The name of the movie is "See You Next Tuesday."
that's why you said
Yeah.
that.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Did-
thought you were just saying it.
No, yeah, and they even have their own section in the credits.
Really?
It's like the credits for the movie, and then underneath it says "See You Next Tuesday" cast, and
Nice.
it's separate
That's
credits.
funny.
Love that.
And they even gave the actress like a name. It's Brenda Bristol's, which is a very like porn star like alliterative name, which I thought was funny.
Do you know how you pick your porn name? You ever heard this story?
Like the street
Is
or
it the
something.
You
street?
pick your first pet's. Your first name is your first pet's name,
Mm-hmm.
and your second name is the street you were born on.
Mm.
So in other words, mine would be Lucky South Bingo. Is that the greatest porn name ever? How about that?
There is actually an actor named Lucky South Bingo. So.
Wow. Oh, that would be me.
And his name is Dan Davis.
That would be me. I don't want to get totally out of order. I really liked the opening of the movie. I liked the way they set up the friendship, and I love the slaughtered lamb scene.
Oh, I was gonna say that's my.
That
yeah.
is like,
Oh yes.
that's like classic. In fact, when we were doing writing here and there, I thought that's the scene I thought about, where everybody's in there,
In the
and then he
diner.
brings up what's the whole deal with the creatures out in the,
Okay.
and they all just stop and look at him. I was a total lift from this movie.
I was gonna say a lot of what we wrote
I
really very much
always
resembled
I always told people
American.
when they were asking, they'd be like, "What's your influence?" I was like, "Well, American Werewolf." And
Absolutely.
like
I'm-
even the dismembered hand.
I'm very influenced by. I just think this is by no means a perfect movie, but it's a comedy horror movie. I love that so
Yeah,
much.
and-
It's like Fright Night. If you've ever seen the original Fright Night, it's
Motel
a
Hell.
really funny horror movie, funny vampire movie.
Yeah.
But it's still got all the vampire stuff, but it has humor. This has all the werewolf stuff, but it has genuine comedy writing, and I love that. I don't know that we need a lot of it, but I love it when people do it.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool. But yeah, I love that slaughtered lamb scene. I love the whole opening sequence through his friend's death, through the whole thing is so well done. It
Yeah.
sets the story up so well.
The lighting in that scene, especially when they're leaving the pub, I thought was really well done, and I think they really carried that out through the rest of the movie. Like,
yeah, I agree.
It's and it's something that I've seen recently in discussions about like lighting and how soft and flat some things can be. Like it was really nice to go back to a movie of this time and see what like purposed dramatic lighting will look like. It doesn't take you out. You know, like there's this thing, there's this trend right now of trying to make everything really realistic, and you know, this doesn't look real. It looks fake. It looks like a commercial, but it's like, film isn't supposed to always be about realism. Like,
no, it's about creating a mood.
It didn't take me out of the movie knowing.
because it created that
exactly
really cool mood. I felt like I was in the moors, which I've never been in my life. I don't even know what the moors are like, but it felt I'm there.
It felt really isolating, especially when they were walking away.
I agree. I love the whole wet coldness of it.
Yeah, like,
you can feel it.
You know
I could see the background, but it all felt very, at the same time, very claustrophobic where they were.
You know what I miss too, and it's like this movie too, like in movies, like when it was nighttime and everything was kind of blue and it kind of had like the smoke to it. Like, you don't ever get that anymore. I don't know. I always liked it.
It's a really nice atmosphere. But I will say that when it first started, that scene in the pub, it's not that it was a bad scene. I was just like, okay, I've kind of seen this before, you know, the two or the protagonists that are out of town and everyone's like,
right.
I like that they did the cut back to the pub.
I do too.
Because I feel like that really elevated that first scene and kind of layered everything much better, and it gave me more confidence going forward with the movie, knowing that it was going to do things like that.
Yeah, and it was, and I also like later in the movie when the doctor goes back there too. The movie's very intimate in the way as a story. It's not big and broad.
Yeah,
you know, you have very specific characters that we're really staying close with, and I really liked the doctor in the movie. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about the actor one way or the other. I liked that character in the movie to add that sort of detective aspect to it. Mm-hmm. Like we're really trying to figure this out. Like I think that element really added something to sort of like, well, in reality, this is an absurd idea. Nobody can be a wolf. So I liked the fact that they added this sort of whole journey. Like, well, wait a minute. You know, what is all this weird stuff going on? When he goes back to that little town, goes back into that bar, and I don't know. I thought it was cool.
He gave me that Halloween Loomis, right?
Dr. Loomis?
Yeah, he gave me
I shot him 6 times.
Who's Dr. Loomis?
From Halloween.
Oh, okay. Oh, that Donald Pleasance.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the trench coat and like everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I can see that for sure. I think that's probably
like a nod.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
I like the dialogue between the bartender and the lead, with like when he was asking for drinks, like I don't have it. No.
Oh, I love
yeah.
that.
Tea? No.
Yeah, I have tea. So you have tea? No, but I can make you some. Yeah, she was cool. You've got to tell them. You've got to go get them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear anything. Love the accents.
Hear nothing. It was cool. And yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just trying to get to my notes, so just keep talking.
I do like. It's funny that you mentioned the tagline for the movie, because I didn't look into this, but I thought the tagline would have been "Beware the Moon," because it's a really cool line. I think it really fits. So I thought it was.
Yeah,
cool
I agree.
And it wasn't the tagline. The tagline was from John Landis.
I'm sure there was
a different kind of animal.
I'm sure there was many different.
I doubt it.
This is one of the taglines that was somewhere.
I'm gonna look at it.
I always
right now.
liked the poster with the two of them kind of looking back at the moon.
I think too that was
pretty cool.
And
that
was
gives me Scooby-Doo vibes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that's also it looks like it's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the poster's creepy, but it also says, no, it's going to be fun.
And that was the box art cover for like a ton of it.
You know, the whole idea of them backpacking across Europe and that whole opening, that was such a thing back then.
Mm-hmm.
I had a few really good friends who did that exact thing.
Did they survive?
Did they become werewolves?
Yes, they survived. But they literally just would go to Europe and spend like 2 months backpacking across Europe with no idea where they were going to stay or where they were going to end up. just going
gosh.
country to country.
I couldn't
You know,
do
with
it.
a minimal amount of money, a backpack. That's it. And they would do that and come back with long beards and long hair and, hey, this is what I did. I mean, I can see this whole rejuvenation, this whole just kind of finding yourself, filling,
I wonder how many of those people that do stuff like that do things that they'll never mention to anybody.
Oh, probably
ever
a
again.
lot. I don't know how popular that is
Like during
anymore.
the journey?
I don't know if people. I'm sure people still do it, but I don't know.
They
if
just
it's
go
like-
to Coachella.
I don't think it's like this.
Burning
This was different.
If you
when they
saw
were
the
doing
news
this.
recently, there was some backpackers, but they got deported.
Oh.
Yes, they did.
You were right. Actually, it was a tagline, so I'll take it back. There was multiple taglines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there was an official because, like I said, it's like you had them on like the bus shelters, like everything. There was always many different ones.
I do like this one though. One of the other taglines is the monster movie.
Exactly. That's great.
That's good.
You're a monster.
How did you like his girlfriend, the nurse?
I actually really liked her.
She
I
was
like-
actually go ahead.
I liked the character and I liked the way the actress played her. But what I really liked is that, at least for me, reading into that first scene, her interest in him read to me more like, oh, he knows, like she knows more about what's going on than the doctors or him. And when it became, oh no, she's like really interested in him. I thought that was a cool way to, introduce her character and then subvert that, that appearance. Because it really did feel like, oh, she's the one that's going to tell him about like werewolves.
No, I agree. She's actually did quite a bit of work back at that time. She was in like some really good movies and some theater and stuff. Really good actress. I've seen her in a few other things. And I'd forgotten, actually, till I watched it this time. Like, oh, my God, yeah, I forgot she was in this. Yeah, I really liked her, too. I thought she was really good. I thought everybody was good,
I thought it was funny when they went back to her house. It's like, I've had 7 lovers this month or this year or something like that.
Yeah. 3 of them were one-night stands. That was a great line.
And then cut to shower.
They go right to it, man. I mean, this movie doesn't really waste any scenes.
No, that's
I mean,
great.
every scene is something's going on.
It's like, what, an hour 35-ish?
Yeah, with credits.
There you go.
Yeah. Did you ever see, gosh, I want to say it's called After Midnight?
After Midnight?
Griffin Dunne. I think it's called After Midnight.
Isn't that Scorsese?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Griffin Dunne plays, he's the friend who gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
Griffin Dunne plays this sort of, works like in an insurance company. He's like has this completely mindless job.
After hours.
After hours, thank you. And he comes out and he leaves from work and he ends up hooking up with, I can't remember the actress's name now. She was super, super big at that time. I'll look it up. Anyway, it's about, he just ends up with this crazy encounter with this girl and it just launches into this insane all-night adventure that just gets worse and worse and worse for him.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of the movie, he's just going back to work the next morning, but he's in complete shambles and just a completely different human being for what happened. And his mundane life turned into this one insane evening. It's actually really worth seeing. He's great. I always really like Griffin Dunne.
I've had it on my list. I do want to watch that one.
Yeah, it's good. Really good. What is the actress's name, though? It was somebody really big. She was in, like, something Susan. Desperately Seeking Susan. Was her big
the actress
movie.
who played
No, in After Hours.
Oh.
I'm off to another
I
thing.
didn't
No,
see
Oh,
it.
sorry.
We're not talking about that.
I was looking.
well,
I was
actually,
looking
we
up the
were
actress.
talking about it. I was just talking about it right now.
But
What-
the girlfriend in Werewolf. What
Yeah,
else was
she was
in?
also
Her
in.
name's Jenny Agutter.
She was also in Equus, the
Yeah.
movie, and she was in something else.
It's not a horse movie?
Yes.
Well, it's about a guy who
it's-
blinds horses, but yes,
Yeah, what?
it's
Daniel
it's a
Radcliffe.
very intense.
It was the
movie.
thing where he
I
was
know
like
about
he was
the
naked.
play,
But-
yeah.
It was
The
Daniel
Broadway.
Radcliffe was in the more recent
Yeah, he
version.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's about a man who's got a giant horse
Yeah.
Beep.
stable.
it's a
Um,
very complex, very complex.
So the actress who played the nurse, she was in Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Right, but no, but back
What?
then,
Yeah.
Who was
back
she?
then, she was in something else really big.
She was in Logan's Run.
Logan's Run, right? She played the heroine in Logan's Run. Did you ever see Logan's Run?
I get it
I think
confused
bits and
with
pieces.
Run,
It's
Lola,
it's
Run.
actually
Logan's
I don't
Run
know
is,
if it's
is that
still
the
good or
one
not.
where
It
you
was really
only
good
live
then.
until
Yeah.
like you're 20?
30.
Yeah.
30? Yeah.
Oh no, that's Midsommar.
no, that's 70.
I just remember like that movie, the use of miniatures. I thought were really cool. I mean, it's all they had back then, but like
Yeah, no, it's a good
Wow.
movie.
I have not seen it.
I don't know if it's. I honestly, I don't know if it holds up.
Logan's
it
Run
may
is
be very
it's-
corny now.
Dan, not it's fine.
Is
Like
it okay?
I can watch it now, being like, oh, look at this like campy kind of movie, but it's kind of boring. It's not. I mean, unless you're a fan of like sci-fi, like hard stuff, it's worth it. But other than that, it's like, eh.
Yeah, I loved it when it came out, but I was in high school.
Yeah, and back then, like it was a spectacle.
A spectacle. Anyway, back to what movie did we see?
An American Werewolf in London.
Thank you.
The Avengers.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Was that Nazi werewolves or am I
Of the
confused?
SS.
I'm
Nazi
in
sorry.
werewolf.
the dream sequence?
Yes.
Or is
What
it-
was that? That was the weirdest dream sequence of all. I never really understood that one, where he comes in and kills his family,
Yeah, that one went on for a while.
and I didn't really get the connection of why they were Nazi skulls, Nazi uniforms, but all skeletons. I didn't get the connection.
I
back
don't
to
fucking know, but it
werewolves.
was cool.
Is it in Europe?
It was cool. The dad answers the door, and everybody just gets
That's
slaughtered.
That's the spectacular set pieces that Roger Ebert was talking about.
That's the lack of character development.
I will tell you though, I agree. I mean, I think the thing that really, I think surprised me that I hadn't really remembered was a real lack of character development.
Yeah.
That we just were really leaning on just the kind of quirkiness of the story and not really developing the characters in any real
Well,
arc or anything.
Yeah.
and I think they kind of used the comedy, like you said, they used the comedy in The Friend to kind of tell you what's going.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think that covered up a lot of, I don't know what covered up, but that was sort of the vehicle they used to kind of
It
tell the
was like he
story
was
and
the,
without doing the other part
He was the
called character
he was
development.
he was exposition, a little bit.
Exposition Basil.
Basil exposition.
But I think that's also, I don't want to put this all in Landis, but look at Animal House. There's no character development in that movie.
No.
You know what I mean?
not
It's
the
just a
type of movie
comedy.
he makes.
It's just a comedy that, he's who we are. We don't really change.
He did Blues
this
Brothers,
is our
right?
story.
He
Yep,
also
he
did-
did Blues
yeah.
Brothers.
And I guess yeah.
He made I'm telling you, he had a really nice Hollywood run before he had the unfortunate,
That you were gonna say before he had his son.
before the unfortunate thing happened
That's the other
to him
unfortunate
and
thing.
to those poor people in his career. But, I had a friend who wrote a screenplay, and John Landis directed it. And I have to look it up again because every time I want to say the name of the movie, I'm completely wrong.
I remember you told us about this one time.
Yeah, I did, but it's worth kind of repeating. I don't need to get deep into it. But no, I'm saying it. I don't need to go deep into it. I just want to do a quick one. This was after Twilight Zone, so this was after his unfortunate. He does a lot of producing now. If you look at his credits in the last 20 years, it's a lot of TV and producing. But there's no order here. Why does this have to be like this?
Click on go up.
Why does it have to be like this? Right here, previous directing. I just have to go back to 92. I don't know why I can never. I always want to say Blood Simple. That's the problem, and it's not Blood Simple.
It's Bloodsport.
It's not any of the things you just said. Innocent Blood. The movie is called Innocent Blood, and my friend, who's a producer in New York, he wrote the screenplay, and the basic plot is this woman who gets bitten by a vampire, so she now has vampire blood in her, which she's now becoming a vampire, and it's all this sort of her sort of seeking out this sort of detective sort of thing, just trying to
Is it like a noir?
solve. Yeah, it's very noir. I saw it, but Yeah, John Landis directed it. And my friend had a lot of funny stories about John Landis. Said he was really
Did you
just
get to meet him?
totally kooky. Oh, yeah, he was on set. He was actually in the movie. He had like
No,
a
I'm saying you.
no, I didn't know. I didn't know this guy back then. It was years later. But anyway, quick story, done.
So that transformation scene was really fucking cool.
Well,
The music in it was awesome too.
I loved using all the werewolf songs throughout the movie. All those.
The one song that took me out during the intimate scenes. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
What song was that?
I don't know, but it just did not
You
go.
are my rose.
I think Bad Moon Rising was just so perfect to lead into him turning into a werewolf.
Yeah.
I mean, a little on the nose maybe, but it's perfect.
It's enough on, you know.
Blue Moon at the opening number, and then at the end, using it for the closing credits. Good. Yes, the transformation scene. That is probably the scene that pretty much keeps this movie on the map.
When
As
you-
far as being like,
the first time you saw it in theaters, were there any reactions at all?
blew my mind.
And even
Were,
like
were the audience,
the rest of the
was-
audience?
Blew our mind. We were all just going, what?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I found it mesmerizing and horrifying all at the same time. Like to see that
Chicken
happening
Chunky.
real time.
Too soon.
See that real time in front of your eyes. Like even watching it yesterday, I still thought this is so damn
I think
well
it's-
done.
I think it's the
Even
sound.
today.
I think the sound effects have a lot to do with that too, because it.
Right, but I still think visually.
No,
like,
visually is what I'm saying.
I'm not like, oh, this is made in the 80s. It still held up.
No, if you did this today in a movie, I think it still flies.
Yeah, I didn't say it didn't.
Yeah.
And we're all fine, buddy.
I'm fine.
Why are you crying?
I'm not.
Why are you sucking your thumb?
Why are you teary-eyed?
You are my
I'm
rose.
just
You.
gonna sit here.
But yeah, I agree. But I think a lot of that's true, though. Have you ever seen, like the Academy Awards? Sometimes will do like a sound when they're nominating sound. They'll show you a scene. They'll show you with the sound. Then they'll take the sound out and show you the scene again. It looks totally fake.
Oh yeah.
Like a fight scene. You go, this doesn't look real at all. So
Sound is
sound
super important.
Yeah, sound is huge, and I agree with you. I also thought I was really trying to pay attention to the editing of the transformation.
Yeah,
You know how they cut it
seamless,
together
though.
and
It's
where they
seamless.
made their cuts. How do they do? Okay, you're allowed to join us again. Don't have
I'm
your
agreeing.
feelings hurt. How do
I'm agreeing. I was nothing. I'm
Why
trying
are
not
you
to interrupt.
breathing
What
wrong?
is the process of pushing the face forward, the hands growing
guessing
out?
They
Air.
reversed it. I think they probably
Oh.
reversed some of it.
I was thinking air.
Because it looks so smooth.
Yeah.
That probably had to be an animatronic. I
Oh,
feel
for
like.
sure.
No, even the feet thing was crazy.
Oh yeah, the feet
And
thing.
then, like,
Ugh.
was it? Yeah.
Yeah, because up until then, in the old movies, like in the 30s and 40s of the Wolfman, they do like the dissolve, cross dissolve, more
Yeah.
hair, more hair, more hair. Oh,
Which
he's
I
a
think is
Wolfman.
more realistic, but
And he had a Wolfman. He still had his clothes on. Oh.
that's really
It's
good.
gonna
Cool.
sound like I'm peeing.
She is.
Oh, really? Out in front of all
Now
of
this
us?
movie just turned into American Werewolf in Paris.
Has anybody seen that movie?
No.
An
I
American
haven't.
Werewolf in Paris.
Yeah.
I've seen like the first half.
Can you tell me,
Why only half? Was
What
it that
is it?
bad?
not what is it about plot-wise, but like what is it
About
just
it,
the
yeah.
same movie, but it's in Paris?
Okay, so this is from what I saw it like because I had seen American Werewolf in London as a kid, and I hadn't seen it in years. And then I think it was one of those like free stars or like HBO weekends, and I was just like, oh, an American Werewolf in Paris. It almost feels like the opening of Blade, where at like one point I think he becomes a werewolf because he like. I can be remembering this totally wrong. I think he ends up in Paris and is at like a rave, and there's like
Is this another werewolf or
American Werewolf.
Right.
In yeah, it's
because this one died? So like,
yeah, it's a completely different cast and everyone. And I think it's like a rave or something, and he gets bitten. And I just know because it has like this movie. It's really sweet. It has like the like werewolf vision, and then there's scenes where it cuts and it's like a POV, and you see him peeing. That's why I keep saying werewolf pee. And I think I
Interesting.
saw like the first 40, maybe 30, 20, and I was just like, you
I'm
know, it's
okay.
bad if I turn it
I
off.
was gonna say, is it because it was bad that you turned it off?
Yeah,
or-
I was just bored. I was like, I don't want to do
Wow.
this.
So was it?
Wow.
Did it have humor and stuff in it?
I
Was
don't.
it-
I don't remember. This was like 25 years ago.
Would you watch it, Frank?
I would.
Just because?
Just to know.
If I was doing my laundry and other shit around,
Yeah.
the house, right?
Yeah, just
Like
to put it
one of
on
those
in the background.
movies?
Like if I'm
It's
editing,
on in the other room. You're not even in there.
if I'm editing the podcast, I'll put it on. But
You go to work.
Yeah.
it says it's a comedy horror movie.
I actually did that one time, Dan. It was a movie that was so bad, I couldn't physically turn it off. I just had to get up and walk out of my room and just let it finish.
I think you told us. What was the movie?
Shopping mall.
No, I think
I'm sorry, shopping mall.
I think it was Vampires Suck, I think, or
Oh, why would you
yeah,
even watch
or
that?
like, and then
That sounds like porn.
and then a close second, it almost happened. I think I did leave for a while, and I came back to it though. It was The Love Guru.
Oh, I
I
tried
heard
watching that.
That's Mike Myers, right? I heard
that
that's
was like his
horrible.
last movie.
Someone recommended
That
it.
really hurt
Yeah,
him.
that
Yeah.
killed his career. It was that in Cat in the Hat. Like
Cat in the Hat.
that
I would have Cat in the Hat more than Love.
that-
Because kind of at least was like a main, like,
Right. I mean, Dakota Fanning did well.
that
So.
movie.
which one, Cat in the Hat?
No, The Love
Love?
Guru. I remember it was coming out. I was like, this looks so stupid, and then someone had recommended it to me. They're like, oh, it's not that bad.
Are you no longer friends with them?
I don't take recommendations anymore.
Clearly.
What is the dialogue in the porn movie when the guy walks in on the couple?
He got calls, like he said something about her name. He's like, oh, blah, blah. And then he thinks it's someone. He goes, oh, sorry. Like,
It is
yeah.
so funny.
yeah, he
It's very-
he like opens the door. He's like looking for someone or something.
It's so funny. The idea that he meets his friend in a porn house with all the people that he killed the night before, I think is really clever.
Porn houses?
They don't anymore, right? Why would you?
I don't know.
But why would you?
Well, I would say that when they first were out.
'Cause-
Why would you?
Well, because pornography's been around as long as there's been film
But I'm
around.
saying, but why would you go to a theater?
Well, I agree, but because back then you couldn't get it anywhere else. You couldn't
No
take it home. You
streaming.
couldn't watch it anywhere.
I suppose
There wasn't any home video. We're
That's
talking
so
about.
awkward
I
watching
thought you were gonna
porn
say.
in a theater.
I thought you were gonna say ask Pee Wee Herman.
Did I not ever tell you I knew a guy?
What?
No. Go
I
ahead.
knew a friend of mine had a friend, so it wasn't my friend.
Oh.
Okay.
And we went
Friend.
and sat up in the projection booth of a porn house, and he ran the projector. This guy, and we sat up in the projection booth.
So you watch
And
porn together?
It was, I mean, it was just so odd. Just sitting
There's
up
like
there
a bonding
and
time.
not wanting to look down, and the guy
Yeah.
here and the guy here and the guy over here and the guy. He's like,
Right.
I'm not looking down. I'm just staring at the movie.
Title of this
Great.
That's what you
episode:
should.
Dan watches porn in American Werewolf in London.
It's so weird.
And
So
Dan
weird.
said, "But I'm a star."
Oh, Mia Goth was also in Everest.
Oh yeah, she was.
Really?
The daughter, Josh Brolin's daughter.
I don't remember.
But let's go on.
Wow, that
so
was a side note. Let's try and edit that out.
apparently, Werewolf in Paris was supposed to be a sequel
It is
to
though.
London. No, it's not.
It's not in the. I
No,
always thought it was in.
Because who was tied to it? Everybody died.
But they've done that before, where they do a sequel that has nothing to do.
No, they removed all references to the first movie. It started off as a sequel, but through the writing and production process, they just removed all references to it. So it does, like, I haven't seen it obviously, but it does kind of sound like it just remakes the first one. But in Paris.
Yeah, well, and that's what a lot of them, like a lot of these straight to DVD like movies.
No, that was a theatrical release.
It
wasn't
This
it?
was a theatrical.
Oh
release.
my god!
No, I remember it being in theaters.
God.
Yeah.
But I don't think it did well at all.
No, it did not.
I was surprised that this movie didn't cost that much, right? It was like
10 million.
10 million, and
But-
it made like 68 million. I would have thought it made more than that, but I guess 68 was still pretty
But
good.
back in
then.
1981 dollars.
Yeah, it's probably what, $3 for a movie or something, $4.
You tell me. I don't.
Well, it was $1.75 to $2 when I was in high school to see a movie, and like a main release. So yeah, it was probably like maybe
$2?
$4, $1.75 or $2 to see movies when I was in high school.
Wow, that's crazy.
I was also
20
making $2 an hour
Oh,
when I was in high
even
school.
crazier.
Yeah, so
I guess that's about comparable, right?
what's it cost now to see a movie?
Like
Like 20 bucks.
$25
But I can go like on a Tuesday morning before noon.
for like $15.
No. Yeah, about $11, $12.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember I used to love AMC had the I don't think they've had this in years. If you went on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday before 12 p.m.,
They do that every
it was
day now,
$6.
but not that price.
Yeah.
But they do that.
Yeah, before 3 or 2 or 3.
Up until 3:59.
Oh, okay.
From what I've read.
That's random.
From what I've read.
You saw it on the billboard.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines in this movie is when he wakes up naked in the wolf
Oh, yeah.
den, and then he steals the coat. When he's hiding in the bushes, and the little English
The
kid, he takes the
balloons?
balloons. Then he goes up to his mom, and he says, "A naked American man stole my balloons."
Oh, yeah.
And her response is, "What?"
Yeah, it was so funny.
I have that written down
kid,
in my.
Hey kid, come over here for a second. What? And just running by and taking her jacket and then standing in line at the subway, or like
That was pretty funny.
it
It was good.
cold weather we're having lately.
I also did like that once he realized, like when they're going to the doctor, and he realizes that he did turn into a werewolf. He has like the most, I don't want to say rational, but kind of rational reaction that you would have in such a scenario. You know, like when you do the zombie movie and someone gets bit, they hide it because, hey, if I don't tell anybody about it, it's not going to happen. No, he's instantly like, okay, I got to turn myself in. Where do I go?
Oh, yeah.
Tries to make a scene, and they're like,
I love that scene.
right? It felt more real than
I agree. When he
I-
starts yelling at the cop and starts talking about the Queen, Prince so-and-so's gay, and all. It's just
He also said, see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, he does. He says they have half off tickets to see you next Tuesday tonight. It was good. I like that bit. It's not character development, but it was like a good character moment, I think.
yeah. It was like felt very like it was a good character moment for him. Like
Yeah.
he's not trying to cover it up. He realizes he's done all this, and now you gotta arrest me. You gotta,
Yeah, it was a strong character moment, I think.
Yeah, that's. I remember when I saw it the first time, watching it yesterday. I remember the sequence in the movie theater after he turns into it, and then all the things that happen,
That
breaking out
pile
of
up?
the theater and the pile up and
That
all
was
that.
insane.
I mean, I just remember it just escalated into absolute madness, towards the end of the movie, because after that, it very quickly becomes. There's that sort of relatively quiet moment. I had forgotten. I, for some reason, remembered her going down, and his last reaction was sort of understanding who she was. I forgot that then he kind of is ready to turn on her. Which is okay. He's a werewolf. Ultimately, I got to do my thing.
He's an animal.
I got to do my thing. Yeah, sorry, I got to kill you, but
Hey, nothing personal, just business.
Yeah.
it's a weird ending.
It does
only
kind of
because
just
it's
end.
like boom.
It reminds me, I think we
But
mentioned
like
last week,
last
it reminds me
week,
of The
though.
Fly.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same
and I
thing.
mentioned that last week.
Yeah.
That same kind of ending where it's just like we get to the absolute climactic moment, and then boom, we go right to credits.
'Cause
And
the-
those movies came out right near each other.
Because I
right?
remember being a kid and seeing that for the first time. I was like, wow. I was like, I've never seen just a movie where it's like, yeah, you have your climax and it just ends. I was like, there was
like
no.
there's nothing
But
following
then again, like now when I was older, I was like, well, no, it kind of like, even back then I knew, I was like, it kind of makes sense because like, it's just the end of the story. Like,
Like, what would you?
what else are you going to talk
right,
about?
Right, I'd agree with you. Like, what would you do after that moment that would make it feel more complete?
Yeah.
And then it just feel
That
more.
that you felt it needed to have. I can't think of anything that wouldn't have just made you go, now we're just killing time.
She could have turned to the camera and
It
said,
cut-
"That makes 8."
He really is an American werewolf in London.
Wow, he is a werewolf. You know what I mean? Though, like,
it
I
cuts
guess
back-
you do the long shot.
it-
I mean, there's nothing to do.
It
No,
cuts,
I think once you get there, you're done.
it cuts back to the slaughtered lamb. They're coming back, right?
They're all
They'll be back here any
playing
minute.
darts.
They didn't pay their tab.
Yeah. So
Tell them large marks.
as abrupting as that ending
It
is,
works.
at the same time, you don't know. Well, I don't know where else we're going.
There's
Like I
nowhere
said
else to
too,
go,
it just
yeah.
it
Kind of
ends.
done it. We finished the story.
It Griffin Dunne it. It ends like I said with the emotion. It's like the shock. It's like over.
I mean, it's a happy ending, only in the sense
It's a
that
somber.
this is what had to happen.
Yeah.
Now everybody, all those undead are now. Now that's a question I have for you, Frank, or Travis, or anyone who can
Sure.
knows. Does this follow any kind of werewolf lore? Like, is that a real lore thing? Like, if you get bit by a werewolf and get killed, you are undead till the werewolf gets. Till the
I don't know
bloodline
much
gets,
about.
I'd never heard of that.
I hadn't heard about it until
I thought it was a really cool idea in this story. That's. But I don't know if they just made that up for this movie or that's actually something that.
They do
is
have
in
some
werewolf
lores where it's like, they always have the kind of like almost hive kind of lore where it's like, it's like with vampires, other things. It's like, oh, once you're bitten, you become one of them, and the only way to kill them or free them or get rid of is to kill the leader. You know what I mean? You have that, but like I agree, I've never seen, like you said, where it's the victims are just kind of hanging out and like
in this sort of
like rotting.
They're in limbo. Right?
They're in limbo. Yeah, no, I've never. Like I said, it's never the victims that you see that are in limbo.
I love the silver bullet thing. Oh, come on.
Mm-hmm.
When he asks about the silver bullet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Love the young couple. I love that. I remember the first time I saw it. The young couple in the movie theater, like, so nice. Hi.
Yeah, and then I think too, other than like Beetlejuice, like I said, like I've never like it was my first time seeing something like as a kid where it's like you said, you just have like these like characters where they're just like funny, but they're like falling apart. It was so like, and I think, and I was gonna say this in my final thoughts, but I'll say it now, and I a lot of what you said in your initial thoughts, Dan.
Yeah.
I had to agree with a lot, and it's what I was gonna use to kind of close up my thoughts. Was I had never. This movie was not confusing to me as a kid, but it was different in the sense where I had never put the two together.
The two
where it was like the two genres,
like comedy and horror.
Like now, it comes second nature. I'm like, oh yeah, like even as far back, as movies that came out when I was a kid, like you have Scream and all these other ones. But it was just, I was like, and like Evil Dead, but I was just like, I don't know, like I think just because they both, are so centered around like timing and everything, it was just like I said, it was weird. I was like, oh, like. This is scary, but like I'm kind of laughing. Am I supposed to be laughing?
I know.
Like
I
especially I think too with the friend, and then I was thinking like, is this movie not scary? It was confusing to me, but I liked it as like a kid.
I thought the practicals. I'm sure that
Rick Baker,
the practicals all through until the last time we saw Griffin Dunne, and then he looked like something out of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
You've ever started believing in ghost stories?
It became so fake looking the last time you saw him.
Oh,
but I think that
I thought it was cool though.
When I clearly just a puppet. Clearly he's Frank Oz at that point.
But I think that was almost done. Like I said, it was like I think that was intentional. It was almost like a dark sense of humor.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It was.
I think they did exactly what they wanted to do.
Yeah,
but I thought the makeup was really good. Actually, it won an Academy Award for makeup.
Yeah,
did it really?
I think it was one of the. Yeah, Rick Baker did it.
Yeah,
that was his first win.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
He also did.
Rick Baker's done like everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
I did King Kong.
So The Howling was after this movie.
Yes,
but used the exact same technology for transformation. As I remember.
See, some people in like the horror circle community, they kind of.
It was same year.
Yeah, and that's the thing is some people think that The Howling has better looking werewolves and it looks like it has better makeup, but American Werewolf in London got all the attention because of the transformation, or I think maybe it was like more mainstream movie, but I don't know, there's always the like, that's always been like a horror movie thing where there's like the group of people that are like, oh, actually like American Werewolf is the more popular movie, but we like The Howling.
I think it's more accessible because of,
exactly.
of that. It has a more, I don't want to say friendly, but because it's comedy.
Yeah,
it seems a little more mainstream.
Yeah, I think that's because The Howling, like I said, and I think the sequel of The Howling has one of the best movie titles of all time. But anyways, The Howling is, I would recommend that to all three of you. We don't need to do it on the podcast, but just give it a watch.
No, I'm not going to watch it.
I think I saw it on video.
Yeah.
Oh.
Christopher Lee is in the sequel.
He did the makeup for Wild Wild West, I think.
Wild Wild West.
Probably a high point of his career.
Oh, Rick Baker?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
He did consult for The Howling, too, so that's interesting.
The Howling 2 or The Howling?
No, The Howling as well.
I wonder what the Frank Oz connection is to all that.
Probably
did The Wolf?
No, I think he did the puppets.
He was the doctor at the beginning, Mr. Collins.
Oh, did he have nothing to do with it creatively, or
I don't think so. He's not
special
really,
effect wise?
because Frank Oz is more like like a director
Right.
writer.
That's true. You're right.
Actor, but
I'm thinking of what's his name?
Rick
his
Baker?
partner. No,
Oh,
Frank Oz is the guy who did all the characters on Sesame Street and Muppets.
Yeah, I think of Jim Henson.
Jim Henson.
there
I
you
think
go.
that's what I was kind of. I
But Jim
kind of
Henson
put
and
them two
Frank Oz
together.
were tied together.
Yeah,
for-
I kind of think.
Yeah,
of them.
because he
he did
he
Little
does the
Shop of
puppets.
Horrors. Frank Oz directed. I think Henson did the. He did the plant in Little Shop.
Yeah.
What's her name? Something two.
Audrey too.
Audrey two.
Ew. Sorry, I'm reading about stuff. Max Landis was gonna do a remake of Werewolf in London,
Fuck that.
and then he got that he was gonna write and direct it, and then he got outed during Me Too. So, bye. Oh, he did interesting. Rick Baker did a lot of stuff.
No, I'm saying I think he started as
he did
early-
Thriller.
Yeah. No, and what John Landis did the music. He directed. The
Right, he
music.
directed that.
But I
John
think-
Landis did
No,
so
I
much
think,
stuff.
I think Rick Baker goes as far back as I know he was even doing The Thing. I think he even did some work on The Exorcist. I think he was like
the
an
thing
apprentice.
after?
I think it was
American
maybe
Werewolf?
like a year or two after.
Yeah.
But I know he even did work. I think on The Exorcist.
Yes, he did. He was.
I think he was apprentice.
uncredited-
The original
Uncredited.
Exorcist?
Yeah,
Yes.
Rick Baker. I think that's where he got his start.
He was an assistant.
He was an assistant.
Interesting.
He did that, and then before then he did Octoman. I've never heard of that. The Thing with Two Heads, which I feel like I have heard of. Schlock, and Live and Let Die.
How every time I
Say
see
live and let die.
every time but I think that's a Steve Martin movie, The Man with Two Brains. I think I'm thinking of that.
I
Yeah,
like
you're
that
thinking of
movie.
the Steve Martin one. The Thing with Two Heads, I feel like, oh, okay. It's a blaxploitation science fiction comedy.
That's a lot of.
Isn't
work.
Ray Milland in it?
Yes, you're yeah. he is.
I've seen it. It's one of those really, really horrible movies that you watch. You know what I mean? That you
Yes.
you get together with friends and watch.
It looks bad, but it looks entertaining.
Is it James? Who's the black guy? It's James.
Rossi Greer.
Rosie Greer.
Yeah,
Rosie Greer and Ray Milland.
Mhm.
I
That's
saw
the
it.
one.
I know I saw it.
So there you go, Rick Baker. He also did King Kong, the '76, and the 2005 remake. Both remakes, obviously. Yeah. Oh, and he did Star Wars. Frank Oz.
Yeah, he was Yoda.
No, Rick Baker.
Oh, I
worked
thought
on
you
Star
said
Wars.
Frank Oz.
No, yes. Frank Oz
Oh.
was Yoda, but Rick Baker worked on Star Wars.
Yeah, he was like
And
Stan
Empire
Winston.
Strikes
He did everything.
Mhm.
Are we ready to
I think we're ready for
Rumble.
final
wrap this
thoughts.
bad boy up? I can go first. I can go last. I can go
I
second.
think you should go last.
Fine. I think Sam should go first.
Sam, break down the beats of the movie. Sam, explain in detail your
From part
favorite
one.
scene from the movie.
Again, you saw this during COVID.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
And that's it.
and that's it.
I saw it during COVID.
And-
Next.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed it. I think they, like I said, they meshed comedy and horror well. I think my main interest was the makeup. For the time frame, it was in the 80s. I think it was very much beyond its years. I'll watch it again. I don't really have much to say about it, but I will give it 3.5 5-pointed stars
Sam.
out of 5.
Yeah, I'll watch it again. Sam.
I liked that whole lore thing that was really never explained, but
Mhm.
still felt very needed.
Mm-hmm.
This is Roger Garland. So what's with the 5-pointed star up there?
It's tradition.
Frank and or Travis.
I'll go.
I'll go.
At the
Ooh.
same time, 3, 2, 1.
I think that.
It would be fun if they did.
You
it
go first.
together.
All right. I think, Dan and I always kind of had a bond over this movie, I think, a little bit. Because I
Gay.
think it's funny, he calls me a werewolf. I don't know. I don't know why.
You're so hairy.
Don't say that. But I think it's because when we were writing our feature, I think Dan and I, no pun intended, we're always kind of on the same page. I think with the humor and Dan at that time not having seen a lot of horror movies, but he had seen this one, so I think you and I both knew exactly what we wanted to do.
Right.
Why I'm telling that story, I don't know. But anyways,
no, I agree. I think you're right.
But I think, no. I know why I'm telling that story. I think so. This, like I said, I saw this movie when I was young, and I think the way this movie really affected me is I think it really kind of shaped the horror movies that I grew to like. Like, me, I really like horror movies. I like dark comedies. I like comedies. But I think, me, as much, when we break down movies and we talk about them, I think I'm always more interested. And I always talk about, like the technical aspects of the movies and, the makeup behind it. And I have to thank this movie for, it's one of those movies that got me into movies and holding behind it. It's funny, though. I was going to use for my item, but it was brought up so quick. Was guy in the porno theater. I was like, I was hoping it wasn't going to get brought up because I was like, I hope, I can't be the only one that found that funny.
I thought it was
like
hilarious.
The guy just barging into the room and seeing them having
I thought it was really funny.
You.
Oh, I thought you're both. Oh, you're not.
Wrong one.
Yeah. What? No, but it's good stuff. I will give this movie. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna give it. I can give it like 5 stars.
Nice.
I'll give it 5.
Wow.
Just because, like I said, I think because just the way how much this movie has influenced me, and I will, just because I don't have an item anymore, I will do
that one then.
5 porno mans.
Yeah, I was gonna say their wolf, their castle.
Yeah, do it.
5 porno man.
Yeah, do porno, man. I love that.
Ew.
Porno man.
I am happy to announce that I have seen this film.
And we're so happy that you did.
And I'm happy to announce that it did not disappoint. Thank you.
But I hated it. Now, moving on.
No, I thought I was going to want to bring it up during the discussion, but it didn't come up, and I'm okay with it.
That sounds like a problem.
I was talking with somebody earlier this week about separating the art from the artist, and I don't know how John Landis, his connection to the movie, well, obviously because he's the writer director, I don't know how much it influences my score and the way that I viewed the movie, but while I was watching it, I did catch myself a couple of times like finding it a little more, like the comedy a little more sinister for some reason. Like I just felt like it was one of those things where I couldn't separate it enough to see the movie from an objective point of view. But I will say that despite that, I still enjoyed it. I don't think that I took off any points from it because of it. But yeah, I don't know where exactly I'm going with that. I guess it's just, my score is going to be a little biased because of it. But I will try to give it out as fairly as possible for the sake of reviewing the movie itself and not the people behind the movie. So, I thought I actually kind of agreed the more we talked about it, the criticisms that Roger Ebert had with it, but I don't think it was a negative. I think not every film is going to have all those things, and they shouldn't. Even though we're not supposed to go for realism all the time, it's okay to not make a movie that gives you everything. If the story is this happens and this happens, that's fine. You don't have to have someone come to some kind of realization in between that. It's not what making movies is about. So I wasn't really bothered with the lack of character development. I was kind of like in the beginning, I thought that the whole dream sequence thing went on a little too much. Kind of started to feel like padding because it wasn't making a point past that first go. But that's honestly the only real criticism I have of the movie is the dream sequence stuff goes on for too long. It feels like it was just there to make the movie longer. I really liked the acting. I liked the special effects for sure. I don't know. I think this is another situation like The Fly last week where there's not much more to say. It's already been said. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to funnel my thoughts through my perspective rather than, this movie's about this or that. I don't know. I feel like this was a turning point for me because I've always had this issue with separating the art from the artist. And lately I've been getting more comfortable with doing it because at the end of the day, people are people. Just because someone's did something terrible, I don't think it means that their perspectives don't have any value. And I still think that the perspectives given in this movie have a value. So, I think that was really it was an interesting thing to come out of the movie with that I didn't realize until I finished it, and I was like, oh, I still can do this. You know what I mean? So with that said, I will give this movie 4.5.
Wow, that's very strong.
Nice.
4.5 insanely ridiculous pileups where 20 people fucking died out of 5.
I mean, bodies were flailing, man.
Yes.
Bodies,
it was
bodies.
crazy.
I think that pileup killed more people than the werewolf did.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was crazy, that pileup scene. I'd forgotten that.
Hilarious.
Quick side note, Frank.
It was supposed to be humorous, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I was sort of laughing in a weird way. I was going,
I would have
God.
loved it if it had still been going on
Yeah.
when
That head
when the
rolling
officers came.
off the hood and onto the ground. It's crazy.
Insane.
Quick side note, Frank.
Yes.
For separating, I think, like I said, it didn't bother me as much in American Werewolf. The one movie, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's harder for me to watch now.
I think I
can't
know
always
which
get
one.
it.
Is it Cheapers?
No, it's John Landis is Blues Brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've never seen that movie.
Really?
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
I think it's on the list.
one
right?
again?
Blues Brothers?
I've
We'll
never
talk
seen
about.
it.
We'll
think
We'll
so.
talk about it after. This.
I don't
I'll
know
tell you
why, and I don't know
I
how.
feel like you would have, because it
But
started
of course, I
it started out
absolutely should have seen that
as an
movie.
SNL thing, no?
Well, yeah, I watched that all the time.
But just never the
Dan
movie.
Aykroyd and John Belushi, you bet. Never saw the movie.
All right, Dan, take us home.
Country Road.
I thought a lot about this before I watched the movie, and then I thought even more about it afterwards. There's a thing I have where when I see a movie when I'm younger, as a kid or a young adult in this case, and I have a really strong feeling for the movie, I get to a point where if it's been many years since I've seen it, where I kind of want to protect that feeling and not watch it again. I think I've told you the story about the World War II movie Anzio when I saw as a little kid and with Peter Falk and Robert Mitchum, and I swore that was the greatest war movie ever made. And then as an adult, I rented it and I couldn't even get through it. So I always fear that. I don't want to wreck that feeling I had.
There's movies I'll refuse to watch now.
Yeah,
because of that.
I don't want to wreck that feeling I had when I saw it. And but hey, we're doing it as a podcast, so I was excited to see it again. I think the thing that really struck me is I think the first and the third act are the strongest of the movie. I think the second act does tend to get a little bogged down with nightmares and just things that are kind of filling up this kind of, we're filling the second act because we're really not developing the characters. I really love the use of his friend coming back. I think it's really funny. I think it's really an original, witty idea. I don't know if it's been done in other movies. I'd never seen it done before. And it was gruesome, but yet it was really funny. Like when he's eating toast and sitting on his bed, and it's I just thought it was so freaking clever, and I felt that way watching it this time. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what movie oddly has that in it? Is the Tom Cruise Mummy movie.
I've never seen it.
You don't ever need to see that movie, but it randomly in the beginning his friend gets killed, and he kind of becomes the friend that's following him around.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's really stupid,
but it's not humorous, I'm sure.
It is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it is. It's
Okay.
American Werewolf in London.
So I thought that was really cool. And I really liked the girl, and I liked that sort of forcing that sort of love story on us, because ultimately that's kind of what they were sort of pushing through, this sort of friendship, love. I did like the scene in the phone booth when he calls his home and talks to his sister. Mm-hmm. I did actually think that scene worked really well. I thought it was a really sweet moment for him when he realizes, hey, I'm not going to survive. But I think the second act is just wandering and waiting. I really felt that when I was watching it this time. Like, we're just waiting for the transformation. Mm-hmm. And the thing that saves the second act, obviously, is that moment. And that moment cannot be underplayed enough. Cannot be underplayed. That is spectacular. There's a moment before that where he's wandering around in the living room, almost like the director and we're all going, yeah, we're just waiting for this to happen. That's what I suddenly went, wow, we're just literally wandering around waiting for this transformation. But when it did happen, it's so spectacular. It's crazy. And I remember seeing it, however many years ago that was, and just thinking at the time, this is insane. How did they do this? I'm watching this guy turn into a werewolf. And watching it yesterday, I felt pretty much the same way. This is really great. And I think from there, the movie moves pretty well. But there is that section. So I'm not sorry that I saw it again. I think I have pretty much the same feelings for the movie that I had always, because I still think the stuff that works really great. I think the relationship with his friend works great. I think him coming back as an undead works great. I think all of those elements that I really remembered and held on to are still the elements that I really like about the movie. I just kind of forgot about the second act kind of wandering with lots of flashbacks, and I forgot that there's really no character development in this, particularly with David Naughton. Mm-hmm. That's who we're really looking for. We're looking for him to have this big journey. He has a journey, but nothing really develops in him. Mm-hmm. And after all, he was the Dr. Pepper guy. We didn't even bother. Do we all know that?
I don't know what that is.
So David Naughton started out, became really famous on TV because did all the Dr. Pepper commercials.
What?
And they were song and dance commercials.
I'm a pepper?
I'm a pepper, she's a pepper, he's a pepper, you're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? That was David Naughton. And after we're done, I'll go on YouTube and find it.
Like he sang it?
Oh, he sang and danced in it.
Wow.
And they were huge. Mm-hmm. And before that, he had done movies, but like little tiny parts. That launched him into this movie.
Oh, wow.
That got him this lead. And Joni and I were talking about this last night at dinner. It was kind of like, yeah, what really happened with him after that? If you look him up, you'll see he has worked. He's still working, but
nothing is big.
Yeah, this movie didn't really launch him into like, you would have thought, well, he would have had his own sitcom or something. That didn't really happen. For whatever reason.
He goes to conventions all the time.
I'm sure he does.
He's doing the convention circuit.
Yeah. So anyway, that was sort of a sidebar. Having said all that, I'm glad I saw it again. I still feel good about the movie. I love the blending of the comedy and the horror. I'm a big fan of that, blending those genres. That's what I'd be most interested in as a writer, to do that kind of thing. So given all that, I'm going to give the movie a 3.8 undead engaged couples in the porn house out of 5.
Nice.
Hi.
We've covered a good range on the rating
porno
scale.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do have a question. If it wasn't for the podcast, would you ever revisit it?
Probably not. I felt good about not seeing the movie ever again. I felt like good having that compartmentalized.
Yeah.
Like it was done.
Like,
Right.
I'm done, and I always
Yeah.
loved this movie.
Because he had a lot of good memories.
It's kind of like
attached to it,
I
yeah.
feel the same way about Fright Night, which I have also not seen for 30 plus years.
Well, no.
And I'm kind of
Frank.
I have that same thing. What will I think of that movie
Yeah.
if I see it again? Because I liked it so much. Like, again, that was comedy and vampires, and it was so much
Right.
fun.
Yeah.
Would you, if you were to like, would you ever be like, you know what? It's okay. I don't want to revisit it.
That's what it's saying.
When it comes to Fright Night, is that one of them?
Yeah, I
that you're
don't
like,
need to see it again.
Gotcha.
A
If we
movie,
podcasted, of course I would watch it
a
again.
movie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if it's for the
Oh
podcast,
yeah, that's fine.
would you?
Sure,
okay.
absolutely. And I'm sure I'd probably feel the same way as I feel about this.
mhm.
I'd probably discover things about it where I went,
Right.
oh, that's really kind of not working. Although I think there's a lot more character development in that movie. For sure.
A movie
I'm
that
pretty sure.
I absolutely loved as a kid. Refuse to watch it now. Will not acknowledge it.
What is it?
Chopping mall.
No.
No.
It's
I
a
wish.
it's a Joe Dante film.
No, what is it?
Small Soldiers.
Oh,
I heard that movie.
loved that as
I
a kid.
had
We
I-
just,
I-
we just had a conversation.
We talked about it
that
the other day.
movie.
Yeah.
At a
Oh,
I
VHS
will
event.
not-
I watched it every weekend when I was
Yeah,
young.
it was.
Oh
It
my
was.
gosh.
I loved it. I
Be
will
happy you saw it as a kid, because if you
Mhm.
saw it as an adult,
No.
you would not have the
No,
memory
do
you
you
have
guys
of it.
remember the Borrowers? Have you ever
Yes.
seen the Borrowers? They used to creep me out. They were these like tiny little humans
Yeah.
that would borrow things from.
Yeah, and then they're like.
I
yeah.
don't think I've ever seen it, but
I
I,
remember
know
that.
about it.
hmm It was a book, I believe.
Yes, yes, it was a
Mhm.
book. No, Small Soldiers.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Lord
Yeah.
Almighty.
Yeah.
I thought that
That
was one of the
movie-
coolest.
Wasn't it on
movies.
Disney Plus?
My friend,
I don't know.
my brother, you do not want to see
Yeah,
that
and,
movie
and,
now.
David Cross was in it.
Well, let's just leave that where it lays. What are we watching next week, Frank?
Oh, it's
Sam?
this one.
Oh.
We're watching a movie called.
Wait, are we thematically? How does this?
This
how
Creature
did this
Features is
movie?
done.
Oh, creature.
Yeah. Creature.
We're done
Thank
with
you
creature
all.
No, it
features.
was
What's
Creature
done?
Was it Creature Features? Yes, it was.
Thank you
Um,
all for joining us in our series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. What is our movie next week?
So, start of a new month, a new theme.
New month, new
We-
theme.
Yes, give us a jingle.
New month, new theme.
Ding, ding, ding,
Hey,
ding,
it's all
ding.
about the new theme. Hey, Sam, what's the new theme?
You're just using the Rowdy Ketchup theme.
He's not.
I know.
don't
We
remember that
are
song.
doing found footage.
That's the name of the movie?
No, the theme.
Oh, that's the theme.
What's
And
the
Haven't
then
we
the
already
name-
done every found footage
We've
movie
done a
ever
lot.
You
made?
thought-
There's several.
You thought we haven't even scratched the surface. We're doing 2020's Host.
No, it's called 2020, right?
It came
No.
out in 2020.
It came out in 2020. It's called
And you know
Host.
what, Dan? Should I tell them that the
What's it
movie's
called?
only, like-
Because he keeps talking when you say the movie.
Host.
Host, H-O-S-T?
Mhm.
the movie's like 50 minutes, I think.
It's a really short movie.
Is
like 120,
it on-
an hour 20.
We're
Our
watching Tokyo
favorite place to
Gore
watch
Police.
movies?
Yes.
Yes.
It will be, if anything.
It
Okay.
it should already be there, but if it's not, it will be.
It will be. Yay.
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 All right, cool. Host.
It'll
on
be
our
on
favorite streaming device.
Fandango at home.
Beep.
Sponsor us. Oh.
Oh, yes.
I love watching movies on beep.
All right, okay, bye.
Yay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Enjoyed chatting about American Werewolf in London. We'll talk to you next week on The Host is our movie. Like us, share us, review us, tell your friends about us. Let's keep this thing going, man. We're having too much fun, but we need more people following us. And until then, this has been Strangers in the Alps, a movie podcast. I'm Dan Wilson.
Travis.
Sam.
Frank. And we are all together now.
Frank.
Out.